Hello everyone. Today let's talk about the DJI Enterprise Industry Solution for mining. My name is Bradley. I'm a solution engineer from DJI SE team. So this is the content of the presentation. So first I will talk about the mining industry background and then following the workflow from the very first beginning exploration and construction to the end of reclamation and green. And at last, I will introduce the drone data workflow and the product recommendation. Okay, let's get started. As we all know, the global gold and copper price has continuously risen in the past 5 years. Especially the gold price have a significant increase in the past 6 months. And almost 100 miles worldwide will begin operation in 2024. Although the largest will be focused on producing iron ore, gold, and copper, according to global data. So with the increase of the mineral price, the profits and the mining scale of mining companies will continue to remain high. And I have listed global top 40 mine companies. They are located in US, Australia, Canada, China, and South Africa. Most mining companies, especially those from the developed countries, they have relatively sufficient budget, and the core business scenarios for mining client is the same. They have a very high serene result precision requirement, almost all required to less than 5 centimeters. This is other essential demands. And as for the drone end user category, so there are mine owner, blasting contractor, mining contractor, P2 port operator, and security contractor. Okay, next part, let's talk about the challenges in mining operation. We could divide the mining operation into 6 parts, from the exploration and construction to drill and blast, load and transport, operation management, safety monitoring, and reclamation and grading. So each of those drone can play a huge role in helping the customer to reduce the operation costs and improve the work efficiency. So let's go through them one by one. In the initial stage, customer need to explore the mineral resources to find where there are minerals and where they are worth establishing and mining. So this we call the geological exploration. So in the past, they will use the ground magnetic detection, low precision satellite image, traditional geological exploration methods, and the traditional measurement methods. So both of these are mainly rely on manual exploration, which is a time-consuming and costly job. It will bring us with very high physical labor and low efficiency. But with drone solution, we could improve this workflow a lot. For example, in the geomagnetic prospecting period, so in the past they are using the ground magnetic detection, which, for example, has low accuracy, bad details, usually 20 to 40 meters per point, and prone to be interfered by the environment. So the efficient and is very slow. But with the aeromagnetic survey, so this could be greatly improved. For example, so the accuracy could be much more improved, and we can have good details. For example, with sampling 5 Hz, drone speed 8 meters per second, we could reach to 1.6 meters per point. And if we increase the sampling frequency up to 20 or 100 Hz, so this data could be way much smaller, and we could get much points on the ground. And since the drone is staying in the air, so there will be small interfered by the environment. So the efficient will be very high. For example, in the past, 17.4 square kilometers need 3 groups and 38 days. Now with aeromagnetic survey, so only takes 1 group, 1 drone, only takes 5 days. It can finish all the job. And besides, since we could have more points on the ground so that we could reflect the target, reflect the environment more detail. You could see there's a comparison between the ground magnetic and the aeromagnetic. So you can see there are more details showed on the final results. And the next period, it comes to the field mapping period. So in the past, we usually use the low precision satellite image, and since it contains little information, so mainly relies on manual exploration, which is time consuming and costly. Now with drone aerial photogrammetry way, so we could carry out a very large range with very high accuracy. So the most of the job we could conduct in the office, and when we come to the field, so the targets are more concentrated, and thus can eliminating the aimless investigation. And besides, we could use the hyperspectral mineral exploration. It can better plan and analyze the potential extraction sites. Okay, next it will come to the surveying and mapping period. So in the past, we used the traditional geological exploration. So usually rely on driving or manual hiking survey, so which is a highly physical labor work. And not to mention, in the past, we use the total station and GPS. We collect little information. And now with drone aerial surveying, so we could carry out a large range in one day and with very high accuracy. So that can reduce the physical cost a lot. And next, let's see a real case from Yunnan open pit mine in China. So they're using the topographic mapping in the open pit mine. So the background is there are numbers of open pit mine in Yunnan in China. So the geological restoration and mining management, they require very high accuracy data and low cost surveying methods. So in this case, they have very much high precision requirement, less than 5 centimeters on that, and they are facing the high altitude challenge. Usually the average altitude is 2,000 to 3,000 meters high. And in this case, they are using the M350 RDK plus L2 LiDAR. And on the personnel configuration, so in the field there is one pilot and one processing guy in the office, 2 guys in charge of the GCP. So totally they collected over 200 checkpoints just to confirm that the final result is meets the need. And they are flying 160 meters high with terrain follow, 15 meters per second, 50% overlap. So with to facing this challenge, and at last, so this project only 0.3 square kilometers and it takes only 10 minutes finishing the field job. And in the office, so only 20 minutes generated the DEM, 15 minutes generated the DOM, and the GLG only takes 8 hours. And the final accuracy is pretty good. So the average error is 1 centimeter, and the RMSE only 4.5 centimeters. So totally meets the customer's need. And the next part is drill and blast. So in this period, they are facing much challenge. For example, the inaccurate drilling will cause overrun and waste the ore. And not to mention, the blasting evaluation is very difficult to accurately eliminate the blasting output. Thus can increase the work time and the production costs. But with a drone surveying solution, so we could solve this and greatly improve this. For example, in the pre-drill period, we could design the blasting hole through 2D and 3D model with intuitive interface. So there's a video that I can show you that with the help of 3D model, so the customer they could design this based on 3D model and very easily to understand and easy to eliminate the blasting volume with very high efficient. And the drone aerial live video could identify if there are someone entering the blasting zone. So before the blast. And in the post-drill period, so the drill overview from an aerial angle with drilling deviation or high accuracy. So that can give the report for the pre and the post report. And after the drilling, after the blast, so the drone could keep staying at the air, so keep providing us the video to see if there are misfires and unsafe work areas and so on. Okay, next period is come to the load and transport period. In this part, the challenges are the oversized rocks cost hours of downtime, so usually costing millions of dollars. Now with the drone surveying solution, so we can do the blast volume management. So multiply measurement can easily compare the pre and the post blast volumes. And we could also give the quick blast volume calculation, so give the prediction information for load and haul plan. And we could also carry out the blast fragmentation analysis, so based on 3D model to detect if there are oversized rocks. Okay, next part is come to the operation management. Actually, the digital operation and management contains lots of workflow. For example, they are care about the production progress statics, stockpile ore, and equipment inspection. They need to do the security patrol, production air data, and so the road safety and so on. So all of these application scenarios, they require high frequency acquisition of the mining dynamic data. And with the help of drones, we could improve this a lot. For example, drone could give the automatic surveying and mapping. So usually the surveying and mapping is a typical time-consuming process, but by using drones, we have the flexibility to conduct unlimited aerial data capture. And in the qualification and monitoring stockpile period, because the accurate knowledge of stockpile volume is very important information when we used to predicting the profit, auditing results, and governing the decisions. So drones could allow to measure the inventory safety more often and more accurate, and only takes half of the cost of the traditional way. And in the asset integrity inspection, drone can also provide the maintenance team with a continuously stream of aerial inspection data on the statics and the condition of mine assets and the infrastructure. So this could include everything from the power lines, pipelines, structures, railway, you name it. So this kind of conducting this work with the drone keeps the operator safety out of harm's way. And there's a real case from DJI Dog in Sichuan open pit mine. They use the dog to greatly improve the mining operation. For example, they have built the digital mining database based on the 3D data. So digital mines and even smart mines could carry out for virus display, monitoring, and analysis application. And with the help of drones, with the dog, so they could get more accurate data. And mining design is intuitive and accurate. And so the personnel are more safety. It has significantly reduced the on-site surveyors, keeps dangerous away, and more intelligent operation. So the dynamic updates of digital mining maps. And next case is from the Rio Tinto in Australia. So they are using the equipment to do the inspection. So for example, a thermal camera can identify the equipment's abnormal heat concentration. that can notice the maintenance team in real time. And besides this, so they could use the RGB and the thermal camera to inspect the target, and the one drone can collect all the data they need, and the drone can provide the live video to relative teams in real time. In the mining site patrol period, for example, the illegal mining or the safe activities is one of the main issues found in the daily patrol. So this illegal event even causes the risks to mine operation safety. So DJI drone solution can provide lots of payload options to meet all the patrol requirement. So there are some pictures show the workflow. So for example, when do the equipment temperature detection, they are using the thermal camera, and at night drone can with the infrared camera can notify the suspects at night. And the next case is from underground coal mine. Many people believe that the drones have the potential application in open pit mines, but they are not suitable for underground mines. But this case will provide us with very good insights. So with the increase of the mining time, so the vast gulf of underground coal mine will lead to the formation of cracks on the surface. So surface cracks can cause water filling in gulf and air linkage in underground mining tunnel, which will bring huge safety hazards to production. And if we want to do the investigation manually, so it's very difficult and the personnel safety cannot be guaranteed. But with the help of drone, so we could greatly improve this, because with the photogrammetry, so we could get the DSM very easily, so it can be used to label and measure the surface cracks and providing the technical basics for the later filling and treatment. And actually the cracks with the widest over than 10 centimeters can be clearly reflected. So there are also the some pictures showed. So for example, before the management, we get the also photo of the whole area, and after the management, we could see the cracks on the surface has been filling. Okay, the above is part 1 of mining solution. So thank you for listening, and welcome to continue with the part 2. The content is equally exciting. So let's see you in part 2. Bye.